San Antonio, how are we feeling? The church is open. Welcome one, welcome all. Happy Sunday. It is officially an NFL Sunday, gentlemen.
Yes, sir, baby.
I'm Brandon Big Papi Medina. That is Michael Jimenez, my partner in crime, and Quinn Hudson, the newly crowned fantasy god over here in the building. We are ready for some football, gentlemen.
Oh, dearly beloved, we are gathered here to celebrate this thing called life and celebrate this game we love called fantasy football. It is week 1. It is here, baby.
Yes, sir. Oh, my goodness. So we have a lot to get into, gentlemen. We have to talk about our favorite starts of the week, who you need to bench. And also, you already know this, Mike. Quinn's new to the game, but we like winning people some money, baby.
Oh, that's right. We've already won tacos.
Oh, we've already won tacos. That's right. Listen, Quinn
man.
Hudson, explain this for the fans who maybe were not able to join us last Sunday. Why did we win tacos, Quinn?
Well, sometimes, when you love your team, you're going to ride all the way out with them. And maybe taking the first week opponent against the defending Super Bowl champions wasn't the smartest pick, but I got caught up emotionally and I put some carne asadas on the line against my brethren here in the studio. And we know how that went on Thursday.
We do. Listen, the Cowboys we will get into later because it's been talked about for the past couple of days. It was a rough time for the Cowboys, but Mike, your Saints, my Vikings, we have an opportunity to make something happen in this week 1.
Now, for those of you who are watching either on San Antonio Sports Stars YouTube page or Facebook page, you'll see Brandon Big Papi Medina in all Vikings gear. He's got the hat on,
the old star, the classic Randy Moss jersey. And that starter
clean.
And Brandon laughed when he walked into the studio because he saw me wearing my Saints polo, my Saints hat. But I got Mardi Gras beads, and these aren't this isn't Party City beads. Okay, I got these from Bourbon Street 6 weeks ago, just for week 1. I'm excited, and you know what, Quinn, he's wearing Cowboys gear.
I do have on a Cowboys shirt. Now this is not game day for us. We've already gone through that, so I rocked all my gear on Thursday. I was out in public riding with my boys. So
man, I was at QT this morning getting something to drink.
And
saw a guy in there with an Eagles jersey. Saw another guy in there with the Seahawks jersey. Saw another guy there with a Falcons jersey. We just all looked at each other and just nodded.
We know.
All over the place. And listen, if you are a fantasy football player or an NFL fan, this is your show. You need to be locked in. All right. We are with you from 11 to 1, fantasy focused 11 to 12 for sure. When we talk about the games that we're excited for, there's a ton of exciting early games off the bat, Mike.
Oh, fantastic games. But beyond fantasy, by the way,
yes,
we're going to do daily fantasy.
Yep.
We're going to talk about spreads that we like because we are kind of quasi-degenerates when it comes to that. But last season, though, we were winning people some money, especially on daily fantasy. We were knocking out some wonderful lineups for people.
Yep.
And I'm so excited that we're back. And, man, it's an interactive show. People call in, reach out to us on Facebook Live, reach out to us on Twitter. I'm at 210 Fantasy God. Quinn is at Quinn Hudson. Brandon, tell me yours again.
Finally, we've brought it back at Big Papi Brandon, and we've revitalized the name from the dead. Twitter saved it for me, so you can follow me now at Big Papi Brandon M. I love it. I love it. Tony Ornalis already hitting this up on Facebook, said, I'm going to put Brandon Medina on blast for trying to make a whack trade with me before week 1 Sunday.
Oh,
hey,
no.
I love it. I love it.
Listen, what was the trade offer?
Listen, soon as Latavius got signed to Baltimore, I saw Tony Ornelas. He needs some running backs. I said, give me TJ Hawkinson, my boy. I thought you Latavius, right?
Ooh, did you wear a mask when you was making that trade?
Absolutely, because I was trying to get away with rivalry, baby. Listen, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I don't make trades, but when I do, it is blatantly to let you know I'm going to screw you in there. I don't make trades where I lose. Why would I do that? So just so you know, Tony, I appreciate you. I'm glad you declined it because it gives something to talk about. But please hit us up on the Kia Box of Bacon phone lines. What's that number, Mike?
Oh, 210-656-ESPN. That's 210-656-ESPN. Again, we're going from 11 to 1. But man, already breaking news coming in.
Yes.
Who is going to be starting? Who's going to be benched? A couple of names out there. 2 of them were first rounders in many leagues, Saquon Barkley and Austin Eckler.
That's right.
Now, Austin Eckler was banged up all week long, but apparently he looked good in practice the past couple of days.
Yeah.
He's a full go, and he's going to get the full load as well. So Eckler, is out there. He's going to play.
And Barkley is out there. We don't think, and actually we know now, he's not going to be playing the 80% of snaps or more than he usually was. We do think there's going to be kind of a pitch count on him. If you have other options, Mike, would you disagree to say possibly look at those other options?
Most definitely. I mean, Saquon Barkley for many leagues was going in the top 4, top 5, and they have basically said that he may only get 12 to 15 touches today, which is, far less. I mean, that's not RB1 type of production there.
The fact that a week out into the season, they still weren't sure if he was even going to play in week 1. It was uncertain on that. That kind of was a telling thing given the injury that he had last year. I don't think the expectation is tough, and it was hard not to pick him in fantasy drafts. But I think now it is going to be, if he's your RB1, you're going to have to be looking to make up those points somewhere else.
Absolutely. Now, we already have a question before we get into who you need to start and also who's healthy, who is a healthy scratch. We have Chris Carson or Austin Eckler already out the gate. So, Michael Jimenez, we'll leave it up to you. Chris Carson, Austin Eckler.
Kind of depends. PPR, Austin Eckler. Standard league, Chris Carson.
Fair enough. I agree completely.
Yeah, if it's a half PPR, flip a coin. But I'm going to go ahead and say Austin Eckler for anything PPR related.
Yeah. What do you think, Quinn?
My question is going to be just on if Eckler is going to be 100% and he's going to get the normal touches you'd expect, then I would say. But for me, like, I just still believe these running backs that are going into week 1 with a little bit of a nuance, I think I'd go with Carson.
Okay, understood. So there we go. So this is what we like about the fantasy gods. We all have different perspectives, and we do have one more question. Chris Hero said Devontae Smith versus ATL or Justin Jefferson versus the Bengals. Listen, Jay Jettas, he's moving. Justin Jefferson, if you picked him that early, you start him.
Ride him.
Yeah, exactly. Justin Jefferson's a player who's going to win you weeks probably about 3 or 4 times a year, where he's going to get 150 to 200 yards receiving in 4 games. Now he might, lay an egg 3 or 4 times in the season as well, but you cannot get that type of player off the field. If you've listened to the show before in prior years, the fact of the matter is I love players who have high ceilings, and Justin Jefferson is one of those players.
Yeah, his floor is 9 to 10 points. His ceiling, you're getting 35 to 40. I mean, he's going to go off. So it's a lot of exciting news that's breaking also. So we have Saquon, Eckler. However, that Buffalo Bills backfield that we always get roasted about, it's the one thing we were wrong about last year.
Yeah.
I don't want to be wrong again, Michael.
We were right about a lot last year, but
that's the one thing.
The Buffalo Bills, we were all high on Devin Singletary, me more than you, Brandon.
Yes.
And last year, Zach Moss just took all the goal line carries. It was like, give Devin Singletary from the 20 to the 20, and in the red zone, he was on the bench. But today, Zach Moss, just 5 minutes ago, was basically inactivated.
Yes.
He's a healthy scratch. So he's out there. Matt Breida is still on the team, but that might raise Devin Singletary's prospects for week 1.
So people who have Saquon that might want to be looking at other options, and maybe at flex, maybe they have a second running back. Maybe at flex, they need somebody. Is Devin Singletary a good flex option, Michael?
He's a decent flex option.
We're so nervous.
Because it's one of those ones where I don't know if I'd want to play him, because
you're going against the Pittsburgh
even with
too,
Moss,
right?
Even with Moss out.
Well, it's just one of those things that, you're playing a good defense. It's just one of those things where Josh Allen might actually be the one that takes it in from the 5-yard line.
Gotcha.
You have that running quarterback there. A couple of other players that are out. Keelan Cole from the Jets, wide receiver, he is out. Trey Sermon, running back from the 49ers, is also a scratch for today.
Oh, my goodness. So we have a lot to get into right now. Edwin, my man, back there producing the show. Here we go. Let's get into some blessed he who starts.
Blessed is he who starts.
All righty. Oh, man. Got me jolted. All righty, Quinn, you have not been on the fantasy gods before last year. So right now, who are some people that you want to make sure people are starting? Give us 2 names that you think have great matchup opportunities.
I'm gonna take a different route and let you guys run on that. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm taking the defense against the Houston Texans. That's what I'm going to do.
The whole year.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for, because I believe this year, if you're going to be strategic, you're going to have to get your points in other places. Like me, I do have Saquon Barkley. All right, I do have Lamar Jackson. So there's certain things, there's unknowns in my running back, my RB1, and my QB that I may not get. So I'm going straight defense. I'm trying to find defenses head-to-head on the matchups that are out there. And this week, when you got Houston and Jacksonville, I don't know. I think it's a win-win.
All righty, fair enough. For me, my starts actually of the week is in that game. James Robinson, make sure he is in your lineups. As always, you drafted him, you take him. Hopefully you got him late before we heard about the Etienne injury and you just are blessed right now on your fantasy team. But on the flip side, I think for me, a start that I would have as a flex consideration, unless he's your wide receiver too, I do think Brandon Cooks needs to be in lineups as well. He's the only guy. Tyrod Taylor has to throw it to somebody. And I do believe in a matchup like this versus a rookie quarterback, Tyrod Taylor has the upper hand. I might be not the best person to lay out something like that. Maybe Michael might disagree. I love Trevor Lawrence, but when it comes to his first NFL start in a full game with starters, not preseason, I like Tyrod Taylor's chances here, and I might be betting them Houston Texans when it comes to those big bets.
You are stealing my thunder. That's segment 2, baby.
Oh my goodness.
That is segment 2. Blessed he who starts Tyson Williams. Oh, baby.
Here we go.
Okay, first of all, I will let full disclosure. I drafted Tyson Williams in every league that I'm in, round 15.
There we go.
Okay, so who the heck is Tyson Williams? Now, it's TY_SON. J.K. Dobbins was supposed to be the Ravens' starting running back. He went down. Gus Edwards was going to be the starter.
Yeah.
And then he went down.
Yep.
So Tyson Williams is getting the full load today. There's very, very few options out there for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson has to hand the ball off to somebody, and that person is going to be Tyson Williams. Excellent flex play. I'm a Saints fan, huge Saints fan. I took Marcus Callaway out of my lineup, and I put Tyson Williams in.
I'll tell you this. If this was 6-7 years ago, that Ravens backfield has Latavius Murray, Le'Veon Bell, and I think they had Devontae Freeman on the practice squad for a bit too.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy.
Now, Tyson Williams might not be the play for the year,
but today
he's going to get 20 touches.
That's right.
And you got to ask yourself, from a flex position, do you want to have a receiver who might get 5 receptions, or would you rather have a running back who gets 20 touches?
Yeah.
It's not a bad play, and given who they're playing against, I mean, the Raiders run defense, so it's a chance to put some numbers up.
Oh yeah, and I also like Robbie Anderson. I think he's a sneaky pick. He's not very sexy. Last year had over 1,000 yards receiving, only 3 touchdowns. But I think this is the year that Robbie Anderson really gets it to 90 receptions.
I will say
beyond 90 receptions.
I will say another one that I'm keeping in flex consideration as well, especially in daily fantasy. You can probably get in for cheap. Is Corey Davis of the Jets, who got targeted crazy in preseason. And obviously, Zach Wilson's going to need somebody to rely on. Corey Davis is a vet, and he just released a statement this past Thursday, I believe, where he said, I am absolutely a wide receiver 1 in this league. Go prove it, baby.
Go
prove
it.
It's bold.
You know, it's funny because I love the Jets this year. I don't.
They're going to be a fun team to watch.
I'm not saying the Jets are going to make the playoffs or have a winning record, but from a fantasy perspective, there's a lot of players on there that you would like to have.
Yeah, there definitely is. Now, when we come back after this, Mike, are we going to be talking about making people some money, Michael? Is that what we're talking about?
That is why we're here. That is why. Now, last year, people wanted us to move this segment up.
Yes.
And
we've listened.
You know, ask and you shall receive.
That's right. So when we come back, Mike, what are we talking, baby?
We're talking spreads. We're talking daily fantasy.
Ooh.
This is the Fantasy Gods on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM, and we're on the go at sasportstar.com.
Don't go through the fall months with that joint pain. Call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative Solutions are here bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. QC Kinetics uses natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Hey, it's James Pledger with San Antonio Sports Star. Listen, you don't have to live with that chronic pain, and don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC Kinetics. Now it's time to see what this is all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to the fullest. Act now. Restorative, regenerative therapies are available here, and the in-office consultation is free. Locations in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills. Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318.
Hey, San Antonio Sports Star listeners, this is Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Thanks to fans like you, you can now buy Kielbasa products just about everywhere. We hope you continue to enjoy our handcrafted, small batch smoked meats because we sure enjoy making them for you. So grab some today and let me know what you think. My number's on the back of every pack. Right by my promise that if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Find Kielbasa at a store near you today.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Are you looking for a job where you can have tons of fun and make great money? Twin Peaks is the team for you. We're looking for Twin Peaks girls, cooks, bussers, barbacks, and more. Text WORK 4TP to 85000 to apply. That's WORK, the number 4TP to 85000 to apply.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets, and they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Hi, my name is Aaron, and I'm a survivor of mannequinism. Mannequinism is basically when you turn into a hard plastic shell. It started when I didn't register to vote, and then I stopped volunteering, and before I knew it, I wasn't doing anything. And that's when I found a small patch of plastic on my right shoulder.
Protect yourself from mannequinism. Log on to fightmannequinism.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
What is going on, San Antonio? I hope your pocketbooks are ready because we are ready to win you some money. It is about that time the fantasy gods give our favorite bets. We're going to have to name this segment something because I know me and you like to do a parlay at the end of the show all the time. So let's pick our favorite spreads for now. We'll get a little crazy a little bit later, but right now, our favorite spreads. Mike, is there any game that you are laying down some moolah on?
Oh, yeah. I am laying down some money on, I cannot believe I'm saying this, the Houston Texans.
So am I, baby. So am I.
Houston Texans +3 at home, depending on the site, could be 3.5.
Yeah.
Around a +150 to 170, depending on the site.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I think we're going to wake up tomorrow morning in a world where the Houston Texans are 1-0.
What?
And the Dallas Cowboys are 0-1.
Who knows? We're stuck in the Matrix.
Yeah, it's weird because the Houston Texans did not have a first-round draft pick this year, did not have a second-round draft pick this year.
Yeah.
The free agents they picked, kind of unsexy, but they were efficient people that they brought onto the team. Trevor Lawrence on the other side, he's been showing a lot of happy feet during preseason, a lot of hero ball where he's just chunking the ball as opposed to doing the smart thing. I just think that the Texans are going to take this game down.
I think this is where I was saying, when you have a rookie quarterback, I'm not ever going to be one to say he's bad, but I'm going to bet against it the first game. If the line is that heavy where you're favoring them, I got Houston at +5 for 150, which is not bad at all. So I got them at +5, and then a line that I like a lot, dude, that I'm definitely taking also. And I know it's a homer one, but I like my Minnesota Vikings at -3 for 110. I mean, that's a nice one right there. So if they're favored by 3 points, I'll take that every day, no problem. Because Cincinnati's offensive line, defensive line, constant struggles, and we're finally getting a full defense back from Minnesota after a bunch of injuries last year. So I like that one, and I like those Carolina Panthers money line as well.
I'm really, really liking the New England Patriots against the Dolphins.
So do I.
-3.5.
I didn't take it. I was a little nervous, but
we got time, baby.
I know.
We got some time before kickoff. On that one. Actually, 3:25 kickoff on that one. The lines moved a little bit. It was 3 yesterday. It's now 3.5. I'm sorry. I think Mac Jones is just going to blow up the Dolphins.
Yep.
And it's just one of those things where they got rid of Cam Newton.
Yep.
That sideshow was out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact of the matter is that I believe in Belichick. I believe in the pieces that they have in front of them. I think the Patriots are going to have a really good season this year, and it starts today. And giving up 3.5 points at home, come on, man. When was the last time Miami played them to 3 points in New England?
Yeah,
All right. So speaking of early games, I'm surprised you guys didn't mention this one, the 49ers and the Lions.
So I have it literally right here.
That one seems like
I cannot. That feels like a sucker's bet. How is San Francisco favored only by 3 against a depleted Detroit Lions team?
Depends on the site. I've seen it a lot higher than that.
So I got them on Bovada at 3. So I got them favored by 3 for it's 280. That's why I teased it a little bit. So it's 280, but they're favored, I think, by like 7.5, 7ish. What are you seeing, Mike?
Oh, the line is moving on the Washington football team against the Chargers as well.
Really?
Yes.
The Chargers are not the favors.
No. It was a 1-point spread.
Now it's a 2.5
point spread right now. Money is going on Washington football team. I think that's the right play too. That's just a really good defense. They're at home. They got the home crowd.
Yep.
First game of the season. I like Washington football team.
You got Fitz magic, baby.
I think people are sleeping on the Chargers this season.
So are you taking the Chargers plus money?
I am.
Wow.
I would absolutely take that one on the road.
On the road. All righty. So we got the San Francisco 49ers that we all like. We have the Houston Texans that me and Mike, I think that's the game that I'm willing to ride the most. Like that's the game that I firmly believe when I got them at +5, I firmly believe the Texans will be within 5, if not win that game.
And it's so crazy because I never thought I would ever say that I would bet.
Yeah, why would I?
I know, but I just think that everything kind of lined up. And preseason wise, they seem to be okay.
Yep.
They seem to be a healthy team. And when you take a look at all these rookie quarterbacks, because last year we had these rookie quarterbacks come out with Burrow looking good, and you had a lot of different players that looked good. Justin Herbert. This year we have a lot of new quarterbacks as well, a lot of rookie quarterbacks as well. And I'm sorry, but Trevor Lawrence, even though he went number 1, isn't looking like the best one as of this moment.
Yes. As far as what we saw in preseason, 100%. Mac Jones looks the most poised, which surprised me. I don't know if it surprised you guys. And Zach Wilson looks the most NFL ready.
He looks the NFL ready when he has the helmet on.
Yeah.
But when he takes it off, it makes me feel old.
Yeah, he looks NFL ready. He takes that helmet off. I'm like, does he play for Central Catholic? So yeah, I mean, definitely something to watch. But I know, guys, we also have some questions coming in as well. We have Tyson or Eckler in a PPR.
It's the same thing with Chris Carson in the same question. If it's a standard,
that's a tough one.
If it's a standard league, it's Tyson today.
If it's PPR,
you roll with Eckler.
Okay, fair enough. And then Anthony Pittman said, "What's up, fellas? I drafted Justin Herbert as my starter and Jalen Hurts as my backup. Don't like Herbert's matchup today against Washington, and I like Hurts against the Falcons. Am I starting off the season being too cute by going with Hurts?"
Okay, I like the way that he phrased it as too cute, because a lot of times we can do that. Now, my normal rule of thumb when it comes to fantasy football is don't overthink it.
I'm an overthinker.
Now.
That's why I'm smacking you right now. That's why I'm beating Quinn.
Oh, that's right. You guys are playing each other, right?
Yeah, he's out the gate on Thursday. I was like, wait, one game? That's how he's already up 30 points. Come on.
You're playing a fantasy god,
That's
baby.
right. I had to welcome Quinn to the show. That's what it was.
No, but it is possible to get too cute. But this is something where you look at,
and
it makes absolute sense what he's saying there, because if you're playing an elite defense, it's going to affect certain players. Look at this past Thursday with Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke was being drafted in the top 5 or top 6 in most drafts out there.
Yep.
And he laid an egg from a fantasy perspective on Thursday night. So it is very possible. So I think I would ride with Hurts. And by the way, Hurts is a player that I don't know why so many people are down on him. And I think might be because we live in an area where a bunch of people just cheer for the Cowboys and they all like, oh, he sucks. No, he doesn't. Yeah. He's going to have a good career. Now, is he going to be a fantasy stud? Maybe not. But I think he's a lot better than a lot of people in our area give him credit for.
I will say, coming from a sports, just a specific sports background that plays into fantasy as well, guys, let's not forget they traded for Gardner Minshew. There's a lot riding on the start of the game for Jalen Hurts to come out the gate and do very well. So I do think Jalen Hurts lives up to that pressure, plays a better game. I absolutely think this is a fair question, and I firmly believe Hurts would be the play against a bad Atlanta defense rather than Herbert without Hunter Henry, with a banged up Austin Eckler, with an inconsistent Mike Williams. I think Jalen Hurts is the play, especially with 2 very, very young wide receivers, and possibly could be the breakout wide receiver of the year over there as a rookie, Devontae Smith. So I like their chances.
Oh, Devontae Smith. He's just, I'm afraid to start him so early.
Me too, but I do have him in leagues. I just wouldn't start him.
And I'm starting him in one of my leagues.
Oh,
I am as a wide receiver 3, but the fact of the matter is that that's just kind of a hope and prayer.
Yeah.
Now, what are your thoughts on Kyle Pitts starting him week 1?
What do you think, Quinn? Kyle Pitts, I know you and I had a discussion about it when we were drafting. The buying price was too high for me in drafts.
And you get him.
But when you get him and you have him, you already paid the price. Might as well play the guy. I mean, if you're committed to him, roll it. It's just he was going like the 5th round as a rookie tight end. Now, just to bring some stats to you guys, where he's going in fantasy drafts or where he went in fantasy drafts, nobody's lived up to that besides 3 names, and that's Rob Gronkowski, Antonio Gates, and Tony Gonzalez. Unless you expect him to be a Hall of Famer, you might have overpaid.
Right. Well, there's no Julio Jones there anymore.
Right.
So that's going to be kind of the thing that you can kind of hang your hat on and say, look, there's no more Julio Jones. You know, where is that 12 to 1,500 yards going to go?
Yeah.
And I mean, we've seen Matt Ryan over the years. I mean, back in the day when he's had stud tight ends, you know, the tight end is a quarterback's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And man, Kyle Pitts, I just feel a little bit weird starting him early on. But I saw him there.
Yeah,
I thought he dropped a little bit to me.
Yeah, if you have him, you're playing him.
You have to play him.
You didn't take a backup tight end.
But do we even know who Matty Ice is going to be though?
We don't.
In the post era without Julio
But
Jones?
what we do know is Matty Ice is a gunslinger, for good or bad.
That's true.
So you're gonna get yardage, whether that's all Calvin Ridley. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Now, Mike Davis will get touches as far as PPR play. Mike Davis is a great flex option. I've loved him since the start of the show. He's been one of my favorite players to take late. Mike Davis will get some good yards, and when you get him in space, he's gone.
I'm trying to think of the tight end that was with Atlanta last year. Was it Hooper?
Yeah, no. It was you're talking about
late in the season. All of a sudden, Atlanta
Hooper left to the Browns.
Okay, gotcha. So all of a sudden, there was a tight end that
Hayden Hurst.
There you go.
Hayden Hurst is still there. Yeah.
Oh, Tony Ornelas on Facebook Live. I say Trevor Lawrence has a better season than Jalen Hurts. #
Put it on the board.
Put it on the board.
I'm with you, Tony.
Let me see.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Are you a Cowboys fan? Because that's a Cowboys fan perspective.
No,
when it comes to
I don't think so. If you watch Hurts last year, even if you're just watching, if you were looking for, let's say you had a quarterback sitting out there that just wasn't, you needed to.
We're talking specific fantasy points, right?
Fantasy.
Not stats. Okay.
Yeah, fantasy. When you watch him, he just was not putting up those kind of numbers. Hurts wasn't demonstrating that he could move.
Who was he going to throw to?
Who's he throwing to now?
Devontae Smith, a healthy Dallas Goedert, a healthy Jalen Reagor.
He's a first read quarterback. I don't think so.
A healthy Miles back there. Like he has options. Trevor Lawrence. Name 2 wide receivers for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I will not.
That's right. I'm telling you. You got an old DJ Chark over there, and then you got a Keita Cole's out. You said right. So you have LaVisca Chenault, and then good luck.
Look, this is me, the overthinker. I got to believe that Jacksonville brought back this offensive line, believing that chemistry and continuity second year with health is going to be better.
We have one question from James A's. Jarvis Landry or Tyler Boyd? That's a tough one.
I don't like that question.
Yeah, is that why we skipped it?
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? So Landry has the better floor. Tyler Boyd has the better upside. It's a complete play on that, I think, in my opinion.
I agree. I would probably go with Jarvis Landry because he's more apt to get into the end zone than Tyler Boyd.
Where you, if Landry's in your lineup, who is he?
Wide receiver 3.
Well,
2 or 3.
If Landry's in my lineup, I don't think he's even my wide receiver 3. I think these guys would be like my wide receiver 4, maybe. But
gotcha.
But Landry has the better floor. We're expecting a more explosive Browns offense as well. Everybody has been talking about the Browns. I'm not believing in it, but a lot of people do.
Is this Mayfield with Beckham hurt where he's slinging the ball around?
Maybe.
Or is he going back to the old, let me get Beckham the ball?
Yeah, I have no idea. But the only thing I don't trust is I don't trust Jamar Chase taking away touches from my boy Tyler Boyd. So it's one of those things. Tyler Boyd is a deep threat every single down. He can go. If Tyler Boyd has a good fantasy game, it's for like 2 for 95 yards and a touchdown because he has like a 60-yard bomb.
Gotcha.
Whereas Landry's going to have, 4 for 40. He'll give you 8 points minimum. Maybe he gets in the end zone. That's why I think the floor, I would choose Landry.
All right. So just so to summarize our betting for today.
Yes.
Okay.
Summarized.
We're taking the Texans.
Yep.
We're taking the Washington football team.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the Vikings.
Yep.
Do we have one else? I think we have another, because last year I think we guessed that we were basically around 70%.
Somewhere around there. Yeah. The other one I would take if you're gonna do a parlay, like a 2-team parlay, and you want something else that's safe, I like the Carolina Panthers money line. It's at 195. Take Carolina too. I mean, they're gonna win that game. I can't see the Jets coming out with it just because McCaffrey's healthy, Sam Darnold's good, DJ Moore's healthy, Robbie Anderson.
I like it. We're gonna put it on the board, right? We're
put it on the board, baby.
We're taking the Texans. Let's jot this down.
Yes.
Texans, Carolina Panthers,
Vikings,
and
the Washington football team.
Now
we'll figure out which ones we're going to put in a parlay later on, but those are the 4 you should be looking at. You make your own choices.
All right. So, then just to let you know, San Antonio Sports Star is sponsored by BetUS.
Yes.
So
make sure you go get that money on BetUS. That's right.
That's right. Play some teasers. I'm a big fan of teasers. Do you like doing the
I love teasers. That's all I do usually, especially that's why I have Houston at +5, because I tease it up just a little bit.
I was wondering how you got them at 5.
Let me trust that. I was like, you know what? A field goal, I don't know about that. Let me trust it just a little bit.
You only buy 2 points. I try to buy 6 sometimes, man, or maybe 4.5.
This church right here.
This church right here. Listen, you at the First Baptist Fantasy Gods Church on Sunday on the corner of Military Drive. All right, so welcome on.
Hey, for those of you all who are into DraftKings daily fantasy, that's what we're going to talk about next. This is the Fantasy Gods on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN San Antonio, 1250 AM, 94.5 FM, and on the go at sasportstar.com.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
O'Reilly. It's O Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts, where you can earn double, triple, even up to 5 times O Rewards points on select purchases. Get bonus points on more than 200 items throughout the store, like wiper blades, fuel system cleaners, motor oil, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. It's a baseball summer, and the Missions are back on at the Wolf this Tuesday for $2 Tuesday. The Missions battle the Corpus Christi Hooks. Come out and enjoy $2 tickets, parking, beer, and sausage wraps. Gates open at 6 p.m. with the first pitch at 7:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets and details. That's samissions.com. Wolf Stadium is now open to 100% capacity for Missions baseball. Let's get back to fun. Play ball!
Warmer colors, cooler temperatures. The season is just getting started, and Lowe's has everything you need to keep the fall gatherings going. Like getting cozy around gas fire pits, everyday low prices starting at $249, and keeping things tidy with Ego blowers as low as $179. There's still more to fall for at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Valid 9/9 through 9/15, U.S. only.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Having some starting trouble? We can help you out. Let's start with a free battery test. If you just need a charge, we can help with that too. And if you need a new battery, we've got a wide selection of replacement batteries starting at just $79.99. And we're the only place you can find proven tough Duralast batteries, including Duralast Platinum with AGM and EFB technology. That's why we're America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2020.
What is going on, San Antonio? Welcome to the church. It is happening. This is the Fantasy Gods. I am Brandon Big Papi Medina, Michael Jimenez, and Quinn Hudson. Give us a follow at SA Sports Star and give us the gentlemen, the gods here a follow. You can follow me at Big Poppy Brandon M. Follow Michael Jimenez at 210 Fantasy God and Quinn Hudson at Quinn Hudson with 2 N's. Make sure you get it correct. Come correct or don't come at all, people. Now, when we talk about betting, we just laid out our best bets. That means you need to be getting those pocketbooks ready. Get your cards ready. Make sure you're depositing some nice money. Don't go crazy now, but have some fun with it. It's the first week. This is where all the big bets are made right now, especially on futures. But when it comes to daily fantasy, this is where me and Michael's playhouse is right here, daily fantasy, baby. So what do you got, Mike?
So let me ask you a question. When you play daily fantasy, how do you play it? Do you play it where you're going head to head with somebody? Do you like to play it where you're up against 10 people, 50? Are you trying to win a big jackpot? How do you like to play it?
Yeah, so I like doing the big jackpots when there's a lot of money left in it. But if not, I know if I'm looking at like a Sunday night game, I usually play the double ups or whatever the case. Just make some quick money for the next week usually, or for the Monday night game the following day. If we're looking at early slate of games, like a full slate of games, I'll usually do the jackpot ones that, have a crazy amount of people. But usually you're able to get some pretty good numbers in there, especially if you start picking some lower end pricing, because all it is, daily fantasy, the bread and butter is where can you find the value?
Right.
Not everybody is taking Christian McCaffrey and Devonta Adams. I mean, you can swing on one, but you start swinging on too many, that value diminishes pretty quickly.
Yeah, so I normally play where it's like, 50 people, top 10 win. It's awful though, whenever you have like a top 1% performance and you're like, oh my God, I would have won a jackpot. Here's my lineup for today. I've got Matthew Stafford, getting him at 6,200. James Robinson against the Houston Texans. Dalvin Cook. I got to have one big name out there, right?
You
so
do.
I took Dalvin. My receivers, I really like my receivers. I got Brandon Ayuk, Robbie Anderson, and Corey Davis. Rolling the dice on Kyle Pitts. My flex is Mike Davis, and believe it or not, I'm going to take Texans D. I think they're going to come up with a pick six of some sort.
I love that.
Was Stafford your first pick?
Well, it's with daily fantasy,
or the weighted value of him.
The weighted. Well, it's basically you have a salary cap, if you will, and each player has a certain dollar value,
right?
And if you start picking around, once you pick a player, it tells you how much salary cap space you have left, and then you just kind of massage it from there.
So you spent the most on Cook?
Spent the most on Cook, yeah.
Gotcha.
And it's one of those things, there's some people who play it where they have 2 or 3 studs, and then, a bunch of duds the rest of the way, or you try to like level out the team. I try to level out the team. I never have like Mahomes.
So you don't want like
Josh
a bell
Allen.
cow team where just 2 or 3 guys got to carry the load.
No, because I like those players like a Robbie Anderson who gets 95 receptions, or a Corey Davis, or a Mike Davis, someone who's going to get a lot of touches, but not necessarily a star.
Got it.
What do you got going on, Brandon?
Yeah, so with mine, I might need your help, gentlemen. So far right now, you're going to like this, I think. So I have Ryan Tannehill at only 6,500 on DraftKings, which I like, going against last year's 27th ranked defense. That seems like a value to me. So I got Tannehill, James Robinson against Houston, Jonathan Taylor against Seattle. He came in pretty cheap. And then for my wide receivers, I went value, baby. Brandon Cooks, 5,300.
I like that.
Marquez Callaway at 3,400 for the number 1 for New Orleans. That's a value pick, baby.
Oh my goodness.
That's a value
I like
pick.
it. Let me make some changes
That's
to
what
mine.
I'm saying. Then I took Tyler Lockett, TJ Hawkinson, Corey Davis, and then I took the New England Patriots, who I think will lead the league in this first week for defense. Because listen, Tua throws interceptions, and we're finally seeing. Don't get it twisted. Was New England good last year? Not at all, but because half of that defense left because of COVID-related reasons, they did not want to play,
and an injury.
So you're seeing a full stack New England defense. This is going to be a very good game for that defense.
Nice. I like that pick. And I think Tannehill is being underrated too. What does it look like what happens on a ball fake when he's got Henry? What does that secondary have to do with Julio Jones isolated? I mean, even just from the passing game, he's got more options. So I think Tannehill is going to be a different kind of quarterback this year.
Yeah, and listen, it's not the sexiest pick. We talked about this last year. We talked about it this year. Tannehill is a fantasy relevant quarterback.
Right.
Yes.
Do not forget that. Is it the same pick as a Tom Brady and a Justin Herbert? No, but listen, each of the past 3 years, top 10 quarterback in fantasy football, 8, 9, and 9. consistent.
Just not sexy.
He's not sexy. He's not going to give you top 5 numbers. He will on a week or two.
Right.
But he's going in a 12-team league. He needs to be started.
And he has more weapons.
He has more weapons.
Julio Jones out there.
I mean,
I know Corey Davis left, but I think Julio Jones is.
That's a pretty fair trade-off.
It's a pretty fair trade-off. Obviously, with a stud running back behind him, it's not like they're going to have to. Well, they're going to have more people up front. It just leaves it more open for Tannehill to kind of maneuver. He's, like you said, his ceiling is not high, but his floor is very high. You know what you're going to get from him. It kind of reminds me, I had an ongoing joke with a friend of mine the other day. We were talking about our favorite fantasy football players of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling him every year for about 10 years, I drafted Curtis Martin because I knew what I was going to get from him.
Mm-hmm.
He was never going to have superstar numbers, but I knew I could plug him in for 16 points. And the same thing goes with Ryan Tannehill. If you want to have somebody who is going to be, if you want to take chances on a running back or a big name receiver, great. But you know that Tannehill is going to get you at 20 points, at 24 points as a quarterback. He's going to be top 12 in some games, top 6. He'll never be number 1.
No.
But you know what you're going to get from him.
And that's why I like it. Another name that I hate bringing up because even as a fan, I still sometimes get worried about trusting them. But for daily fantasy and for streaming and fantasy football, Kirk Cousins is absolutely an option quite a bit. I mean, the dude throws for 300 yards pretty consistently. He might have a few picks you can't get mad at.
Right.
But Justin Jefferson, second year, Thielen, still very looking really good. Plus, you have a healthy Dalvin Cook. Listen,
he's gonna get touches out of the backfield too. He's gonna get some passes out there too.
Not a bad option. So there's plenty of value. But dude, Callaway at 3,400, tasty. If you're a Saints fan or just a fantasy football fan in general.
I got the beads on and everything. So right now, usually around this time, we have a segment called Thou Shall Bench.
Yes.
Now, the thing about Thou Shall Bench is that it's kind of hard to say because we're already in week 1. And are we really going to be benching big name players that we drafted in the first 5 or 6 weeks?
Yeah.
So we don't know that. But let me ask you a question here, because there was a poll that I put out there on Twitter earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically asked this question. If we could redraft the draft today,
okay,
would Ezekiel Elliott still go off the board as a top 6 running back? And the responses back were about 55% saying yes and 45% saying no.
Wow.
But because it was only 55%, and you know that the people who follow me, because I would say that probably most people who follow me on Twitter are Cowboys fans.
Yep.
I thought that number 55% was really, really low. So let me ask you this, Quinn.
His focus is in.
Yeah, let me laser focus.
Yes.
Do you believe in Zeke Elliott as a fantasy relevant player this year?
And why are you wrong? Okay.
Yes.
And why are you wrong?
Can you let me finish? Yes, I do. And listen, it's important not to get too high or low on what happened on Thursday. Let's remember, this is Todd Bowles. This is the defending Super Bowl champion defense. This is the same defense that with a Tyreek Hill, a Kelsey, and Allaire, what did they do? They held him to 270 yards, no touchdowns. That was in the Super Bowl. That's that same defense. So I'm not going to say Zeke is irrelevant because of how few touches he got. I think the Cowboys knew going in that this is what the Tampa Bay defense was going to be. I think next week you're going to see a little bit more of him getting integrated. And this was just a respect to Tampa Bay's defense of Cowboys knowing without Zach Martin what they could or could not do. And they played to a game plan that really gave them a chance to win.
Brandon, Zeke Elliott's fantasy stock, did it take a hit this week?
It took a massive hit this week. Not enough to where I would not take
glasses
it.
off.
Glasses off.
Listen, Quinn took his glasses off.
Not to where I think if we redrafted, would I say he falls at the top 10? No. I think he'd still go. I think in the beginning, we saw Zeke going at 4.
Too high.
Too high. Later on, when we did our SA Sports Star draft, he was going at about 8. I think after this game, that's fair. If you got him at 8, you got what you got. Listen, you weren't expecting Dalvin Cook numbers. You weren't expecting McCaffrey numbers.
True.
Nor were you expecting Kamara numbers. You got what you got, and you played him against.
You got what you got.
You got what you got, and you played him against the number 1 defense with all returning starters. After Quinn knew he was going to be buying Carnegie Salad tacos this morning, Listen, you heard the show. You went against the advice of two fantasy gods.
I did.
And it is what it is. I do think the Cowboys are one of the most talented teams in all of football. I think Zeke is going to put up his regular top 8 numbers. Do not worry, but this game is definitely going to be an ugly one to come back from.
If there was anything that was telling in the game, when we were watching the game, it still looked different when Pollard hit
rewatching the game. Different. He said, "Did he say rewatching the game?"
Listen,
he relived it. Okay,
our boy's down bad.
We need it.
Yeah,
okay.
If I get that ref to make that call,
therapy.
Antonio Brown.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Don't do
start.
that.
You talking about Chris Godwin when he pushed off?
Wait a minute. I know I don't have a Vikings and Saints fan in here talking about don't talk about refs.
Listen.
Okay, so at 12 o'clock, I'm really looking forward to it because we're gonna let you just vent for about 15 minutes on that game. That is at 12 o'clock, but we are 15 minutes until kickoff.
Yes. It's not going to happen. Listen, I'm excited. And for all you Cowboys fans, don't worry. It's not going to happen every week. This is just a smart game plan. You have to toss the ball. But when it comes against good defenses, if you're out, you have to score more points than Tom Brady, you're going to lose that game.
Yeah, week 1, again, just don't be cute with your lineup. Don't be, you drafted your RB1 for a reason, your RB2 for a reason. I personally think that Zeke Elliott is now an RB2. I still
have him in the RB1.
Oh, he's low tier RB1 then. I think he's RB because you started listing names. You were like, oh well, he's not Derek. He's not. He's not Henry. He's not Dalvin Cook. He's not Alvin Kamara.
That's what
he's
I'm saying.
not. And I was like, well, how many names are we going to name? I mean, we're naming half the league at this point.
Healthy,
but again, we prefaced that by saying we were basing that on week 1.
Okay, let me ask you this: who would you rather have right now?
Stop! Don't do this to me.
Zeke Elliott in a fantasy lineup.
Blasphemy.
Zeke Elliott or Antonio Gibson? If you had to have one on your roster for the rest of the year,
Zeke Elliott.
You got to have Zeke Elliott.
Yeah, I take Zeke
and
Elliott.
that's just because Washington.
I would say Zeke
Oh my God!
Yes.
This is the card against on the bat for the rest of the season on this one. I will say that Antonio Gibson will have a higher point total than Zeke Elliott in all leagues, standard and PPR.
Whoa, that's a big statement.
That's a massive statement.
It's not a massive statement. It is a declaration because I'm a fantasy god, baby. That is a declaration. Antonio Gibson's going to go off again this year.
I love it.
And last year,
he was our number one guy.
He was our number one sleeper for everybody, and people who took our advice did well.
I was one of them.
Yeah. So I'll take that bet. I'll take that kind of geese out of that bet. I'll take Zeke Elliott finishes higher than Antonio Gibson.
Okay. But can we do ourselves a favor? Can we have Quinn just articulate 2 or 3 excuses as to why Zeke won't?
Yeah, let's do that.
Won't do this because that's what Cowboy fans need.
Yeah,
they need to have a scapegoat, just something.
Oh, but remember when I told you if the line's not healthy, he's not
like Tony Ornelas on Facebook Live.
That doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
Tony on Facebook Live, Chris Godwin did commit an offensive pass interference, but the rest love Brady.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go again. Here we go again, because the fact of the matter is that the Bucs had more penalties called against them for more yards the entire game.
It's
and by the way,
how many penalties?
And then not say that, and also Godwin also got hit at beyond 5 yards, so that was actually a Cowboys penalty too on that play.
All I know is you guys got torched. That's all I know. You guys got torched. It was a rough.
Didn't everybody get 100 yards on that team? I think everybody in Tampa Bay's receiving core got 100 yards.
You made Rob Gronkowski look 10 years younger.
I said, is that Kelsey? They got Kelsey on Tampa Bay now.
Oh my goodness gracious!
All right, man. Hey, we need to go to break real fast.
Yes.
Vince Trevino saying Godwin got me 22 points.
Yep.
I think he's a Cowboys fan too, so that's kind of a weird thing when it comes to fantasy.
And before we get out of here, Jason Minix, I'm talking to you, baby. Antonio Brown, Tom Brady gave me the big getaway car for Jason Minix in San Antonio Sports Stars League.
You're taking on Minix. I'm taking on Rob Thompson, and I'm feeling good. You know why I'm feeling good?
Why is that?
His RB1 was Zeke Elliott. This is the Fantasy Gods of the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM. We're on the go at sasportsstar.com.
What treatments have you tried to get rid of that joint pain? Steroids, physical therapy, pain meds? That's what they always recommend. But now there's a better way. Hey, it's James Pledger with San Antonio Sports Star, and I'm talking about QC Kinetics, the leaders in regenerative solutions. Natural biologic treatments with growth factors that can restore and repair damaged tissue so your body can heal the way it was designed to heal. If you've got pain in your back, knees, hips, or shoulders, call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics. Get a free second opinion and learn all about new natural options that give you lasting pain relief with no drugs, no downtime, and no surgery. Call now at 210-571-0318. Don't assume that the old treatments are the only treatments. And don't go under the knife. Call QC Kinetics to learn more about these exciting alternatives. QC Kinetics in Hollywood Park in Westover Hills, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Dig a trench, gravel the driveway, remove a tree stump. To tackle the big jobs, you need the power of Kubota. At Ewald Kubota, we have the tractors and construction equipment to get it done fast and get it done right. You've come to rely on the quality and dependability of Kubota compact tractors and implements, and at Ewald Kubota, rental equipment is available at all of our locations. Right now, all new rental customers get 10% off their first rental. For a store near you, visit ewaldkubota.com.
When I found out my jeans were made using child labor in sweatshops, I wrote a letter to the company saying, reconsider your labor practices. A few months later, I get a letter back saying, thanks for being a loyal customer, and they included a coupon for a 25% discount on their jeans. So I got smart, wrote letters every day to all the stores that carry the brand, asking them to stop supporting the companies who use child labor in sweatshops. And I just kept getting letters back, thanking me for my concerns, and more coupons for more discounts on more jeans. So I'm telling my friend about it, and she flips out, saying that between all the letters and coupons, some paper company cut down a small forest, driving off 2 indigenous tribes, hundreds of endangered animals, killing thousands of plant species, some of which may have contained vaccines for HIV, cancer, and syphilis. Meanwhile, the guys cutting down the trees are 13-year-old kids who will work night and day for months just to save up enough money to buy a pair of jeans made by child labor in sweatshops.
Saving the world isn't easy, but saving a life is. Just 1 pint of blood can save up to 3 lives. Visit bloodsaves.com to learn more. This public service announcement was brought to you by the Ad Council.
Some Led Zepp to bring us back in. That's right. The church is open, baby. And we are only 8 minutes away from kickoff. Get your lineup set. Get those bet ins. Get your daily fantasy lineup set. Get hyped because football is back, gentlemen. I'm Brandon Big Papi Medina. That is Michael Jimenez. That is Quinn Hudson. This is the Fantasy Gods. While you're driving home, do not forget we are going from 11 to 1. So we'll still be with you guys talking sports and football for a whole nother hour, Mike.
Oh, I know. Beyond that, we're going to put Quinn on the therapy couch so he can talk about his Cowboys for about 15 minutes. He has to just air out a few things. I mean, beyond the Cowboys losing,
yes,
and beyond the Cowboys having to pay for Carnegie Salad Tacos today.
Yes. He has to do what he got to do.
He is staring down the barrel of the Cowboys starting the season 0-2.
Gross. Can you believe it, dude? Can you believe it? Can you believe that we might wake up tomorrow? You might wake up tomorrow having put money towards Carnegie Salad Tacos for Michael and I, and you guys might be 0-1, and the Houston Texans might be 1-0.
You guys don't want to talk about it because deep down, you know, the Cowboys have gone 0-2 and won a Super Bowl before.
Oh, yeah. This was when they had leather helmets on back then, right? They had, we have a question coming in, fantasy question coming in from Sean.
Come on, Sean.
He wants to know Gaskin or Devontae Smith as his flex.
I am still all aboard the Gaskin bus. I know some of you guys are not. Gaskin to me, when he played last year, did not put anything under RB2 numbers. He is an absolute must flex for me.
He also says he has a question about Hurts. Should Jalen Hurts be played, and should he look at Devin Singletary as an option today?
Yes, Singletary, absolutely. I believe if this is going to be the game where we're going to actually see him featured as a running back, this is it.
I look at some of these players, and I think to myself, this is their time, especially because of injury, to claim their spot.
Right.
Looking at Baltimore with Tyson Williams. Tyson Williams, who was undrafted out of BYU, came on in, was on the practice squad last year, activated from the team after week 12, kind of, did okay, was playing very well during the preseason when Gus Edwards was out there, was projected to be the starter. And all of a sudden, he is now thrown out there, and now he has to look behind him and see that Le'Veon Bell is there, that Latavius Murray is there. And this is the time for like a Tyson Williams to come out and say, no, this is my job.
Yeah.
And claim it. No different than the way that Brady did when Drew Bledsoe went out, or other players who have had to claim their spot once someone gets hurt. But that's the greatest thing about the NFL. It's the great thing about fantasy football, is that there's always so much that's going to be available because of injuries, because of things like that. And you and I have always said this, you got to be the king or queen of the waiver wire.
Absolutely. And that's why you have Tyson Williams if you do. And also Tyrell Williams is somebody to look out for on the waiver wire too in Detroit. He's the number 1 wide receiver there. They got to throw it somewhere. It's not always going to be my boy Hawkinson. So definitely something to look at there. Now I have a question for you, Michael.
Tell me.
And a question for you, Quinn, together. Would you play Chase Claypool against Buffalo, or one of our favorite guys coming into this year, Michael Pittman Jr. against the Seattle Seahawks?
Okay. That's a great question. Okay. It just depends on whether or not you need to have a number of points that you can kind of guarantee yourself.
Michael Pittman's the number 1.
Yes. Michael Pittman will get you a lot of points. But he has a lower ceiling than Chase. We saw that last year. Chase Claypool either gives you 25 points or he gives you 4. He doesn't give you anything in between. So if you look at your roster and you think to yourself, I'd be happy with a 15-point guarantee, then start Pittman that way. But I wouldn't do it if you're looking at the other way, where if you feel like you're behind and you're going to need a big performance, that's when you go after Claypool.
I'll start Pittman, and that's against you, Quinn, just so you know. So start Pittman against Quinn.
Woo! Week 1 starts in 3 minutes. Well, it started a couple days ago.
Let's go.
We have a second hour of the Fantasy Gods / Sunday Sports Grill here on the San Antonio Sports Star. 1 more hour going to 1 o'clock. We'll see you on the other side.
It's that time of year again, and all eyes are now turning to football as teams are back on the gridiron. BetOnline.net is your number 1 spot for all the pro and college football odds and news this season. Get all the updated info on players, teams, and odds to help you with your new football contests, leagues, and new survivor pools. BetOnline.net is the fastest and easiest way to check in on all your favorite sports. Pro sports, MMA, championship boxing, golf, horse racing, they have it all. Bring the game home with BetOnline.net, your online sports experts.
Your life, your hopes, your passions. These things are none of our business. Your baby monitor research, if you're using too much diaper cream, and whatever you were searching for at 1:15 a.m., that's really none of our business. Because your life is private, and unlike other tech companies, we think your internet should be too. Aw, how old are they? That's none of our business either. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
What's up? This is Riley. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A grilled chicken club sandwich is the Applewood bacon. It's savory, and then it's also kind of sweet. And I think the combination of bacon with chicken and Colby Jack cheese, it just really knocks it out of the park.
Hey, I'm Tanea. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A grilled chicken club sandwich is the chicken. It's so juicy. It's grilled to perfection. I'm going to devour this sandwich.
Order the grilled chicken club sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Your life, your hopes, your passions. These things are none of our business. Your baby monitor research, if you're using too much diaper cream, and whatever you were searching for at 1:15 a.m., that's really none of our business. Because your life is private. And unlike other tech companies, we think your internet should be too. Aw, how old are they? That's none of our business either. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
What's up? This is Riley. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A grilled chicken club sandwich is the Applewood bacon. It's savory, and then it's also kind of sweet. And I think the combination of bacon with chicken and Colby Jack cheese, it just really knocks it out of the park.
Hey, I'm Tanea. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A grilled chicken club sandwich is the chicken. It's so juicy. It's grilled to perfection. I'm going to devour this sandwich.
Order the grilled chicken club sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
It's summer. That means grilling season. Jason and Rob here for Tri-County Meat Market. Get into one of their 2 locally owned Tri-County Meat Markets for the best meat for your grill. Tri-County has carefully selected certified prime Angus beef cuts, Wagyu, and upper choice, including their own homegrown Wagyu.
Tri-County has everything you need to up your grilling game, from beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers, and more. Suck up on that 5 for $25 Tri-County Meat Market on Ralph Fair Road over on Heavener or online at tricountymeat.com.
This is the home of the Cowboys, Rangers, and Aggie football. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Brandon Medina and Michael Jimenez on The Fantasy Gods. Brought to you by RDK Advisors.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the Fantasy Gods / the Sunday Sports Grill here on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 AM, 94.5 FM, and we're on the go at sasportstar.com. My name's Michael Jimenez, joined by Brandon Big Poppy Medina and Quinn Hudson.
The champ is here.
Oh my God, we've already got some news here,
and it might be. What time is that game? Is that a noon game?
I believe so. So hurry up! Get your lineups in.
The lineups are locked already, but there is news that just came out that there are several reports. DeAndre Swift, who most of you took in your 3rd or 4th round, is not going to be starting.
He's going to play.
But Jamal Williams, who's the new signee from Green Bay, is going to be starting the game. We'll see if that's true or false. But I'm seeing multiple reports on, of course, the Twitter sphere, where we have a bunch of journalists that aren't journalists.
Right.
So we might see. But this is huge news, and this could be diabolical if you have DeAndre Swift in your
People are
lineup.
tripping over ottomans and coffee tables right now.
Oh, I know.
I'm trying to make a change.
And for this to come out literally just a couple of minutes before
That's disrespectful.
game time. It's not like they announced it at 11. Very disrespectful to the Fantasy Gods. But welcome back to hour number 2.
Yes.
And just to let you know, the Fantasy Gods, Sunday Sports Grill, we will be going from 1 o'clock on most weeks this fall. But when the Cowboys play at 12, we shut it down because the Cowboys are being played on the station, right? So we're going to be going to 1 o'clock today. We're going to give you updates on all the scores as they happen, and also from a fantasy perspective as it happens as well, real time. So if you're driving home from church right now, or you're just going out and about around town, want to know how's my fantasy team going, we got you covered.
Yep.
We'll also be talking about, lots of other sports topics, such as the Cowboys. We'll kind of get into how week 1 went for them. UTSA, man. Wow.
Yeah.
They just destroyed Lamar yesterday, 51 or 54-0.
And we also got a new record holder now, of course. We have a new record holder over there, Sincere. So shout out to him. Shout out to UTSA as a whole, man. To start 2-0. Big one over Illinois.
Michael, did you shoot out another hater tweet after their next
Mike, he's hitting at you where it hurts, Mike.
Oh, what's that? What happened?
Last week you seemed to poo-poo the UTSA, victory, not the greatest victory in the world.
It's a trash talking.
Yeah, but the excitement of the UTSA fandom is just it keeps on going.
Oh, I agree. But man, Central Catholic could have beaten Lamar yesterday.
Oh man.
So, and it's not haterade, man. It's just saying that I'm excited I'm excited for the same. You know what? They have a really good matchup next Saturday in the Alamo Dome, playing against Middle Tennessee. I think that's going to be a good matchup for them. I think they'll go 3-0. And I am not trying to be a UTSA hater. I am a UTSA alum.
Yeah.
Why would I want to be a hater, right? So this isn't about me. This is about Quinn, this segment,
I'm just saying, I think like Space Jam, Mike's secret stuff is just haterade. That's what it is, haterade in that bottle.
I think so.
So we're talking Cowboys. We're going to talk UTSA football a little bit. UT, A&M, and if we have time, we might get a little bit about Texas Tech in there.
There's a lot of hate over here right now. For sure.
Definitely a lot.
But as promised, we're going to have Quinn Hudson on the therapy couch. So the therapy couch is something that started with me and James Pledger, because whenever I was getting pissed off about the Spurs, he would just poke at me and just get under my skin.
Yep.
But it helped because I got to kind of just talk about it, just talk it through. As the Spurs were suddenly having losing seasons after 20 years of being on the top, right? Quinn, last Sunday, you were very confident in your Cowboys.
Yes.
So let me ask you this question. You've had 60 hours or so to digest all this.
Yes.
First question I have for you is, do you take the moral victory?
Oh, no.
Or are you still angry?
I am still angry. I do not do moral victories.
This is a safe space.
This is first of all, when you engulf the DNA of America's team, there are no moral victories. Those are for people who have teams like the Texans who've never won, or people that are fans like of the Vikings.
I knew you were going to start talking
Bills,
some
who've gone many times. They've been there at the altar only to fall short. We've seen the glory on the mountaintop.
If you're 30 years old.
Yeah.
Or older.
if you graduated with me, you have no idea what Quinn's talking about.
Brandon is 25 years old. He's married, a college graduate, has a kid. Never seen the Cowboys win a Super Bowl.
Okay. He also has never seen anybody walk on the moon, but he's heard about it. Okay. So that being said, Thursday's game was a telling game. As a Cowboy fan, I will say I was absolutely disappointed in the loss. I understand they were playing a team that on paper is a better team, the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay. They definitely have more weapons, definitely have the GOAT at quarterback. So it was going to take an insurmountable effort by the offense and defense and Dak's return to win.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, you mentioned America's team.
Yes.
Tom Brady is America's player. Okay, let's just call it what it is.
I never heard that ever.
Well, you know what? He's the all-American player. That's just that's just
I'm not going to poo-poo Tom Brady because he deserves to be called.
I have a question for you guys.
Yes.
And it's a big one. Okay, so be ready. This is out of nowhere. I just thought about this because we brought it up. Yesterday, I had back-to-back kids parties for all the family. I'm at that age now where the baby has to go to all these kids parties, right? Now, talking to my cousin, he said something that flabbergasted me, but then after I thought about it, I was like, let me ask Mike and Quinn, because this is a good one. Is Tom Brady the greatest sports superstar in all of sports history? Above the Jordans, above the Kobe's?
No.
Okay, why or why not?
No, okay, so I'm going to say why first and foremost. Let's take the last Super Bowl as an example, okay? Tom Brady was not, I won't call it pedestrian, but Tom Brady was not great in the Super Bowl. His performance was not the Tom Brady. There's been Super Bowls where Tom Brady absolutely put the team on his back and won it. Yeah. This was the Tampa Bay's defense collectively basically neutralizing Pat Mahomes. That's what that was in the Super Bowl. So when you look at it, when you look at Jordan and his greatness, there is no question. It wasn't Luke Longley. It wasn't Judd Bushler. It wasn't even Scottie Pippen. It was Jordan. Jordan was the catalyst of why the Bulls were successful. If he went, they won. If he was Jordan-esque, they won. Tom Brady hasn't had to be Tom Brady for the Patriots to still win. That's why Belichick comes into play here when you speak of the greatness that is the Patriots during the run of Tom Brady.
Couple of things. I believe what is Tom Brady's Super Bowl record? It's like 7-3 or 7-2.
Yeah, 7-2.
7-2, both to Eli. It's funny. He's 7-2. He could be 3-6.
True.
I mean, the 28-3.
Yes.
Right. If that was a regular game where halftime wasn't 45, 50 minutes long, and the Bucs didn't get the ball first, and the Atlanta offense was not on the field for over an hour and 15 minutes.
Right.
Atlanta should have won that game. The Tuck rule.
Oh, yeah.
Seattle.
Yes, run the ball.
There's a lot of different things out there where Tom Brady could be in there. What would his legacy be?
LeBron.
If he'd be LeBron.
He would be LeBron.
He'd be LeBron because he'd have 3 Super Bowl wins and 5 or 6 losses.
And that's a great analogy because we've seen LeBron take teams that were less talented. They weren't stacked, but because of his greatness, he took those teams to the finals, even if they fell short, like when they got swept by the Spurs.
I saw the Buccaneers. I don't know. They were showing them getting all hype. I don't know where it was. I think it was something I saw on TikTok. And they're trying to get the Bucs defense all hyped. And someone on the Bucs coaching staff said something to the effect of, you guys could be the defense that gets Tom Brady another championship, another Super Bowl. Basically just saying it's the defenses that have carried him along. Well, don't be wrong. Tom Brady is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. But Jordan was different because Jordan had the personality. Jordan had the shoes. Jordan had all that. Tom Brady's personality did not come out until he left New England.
That's true.
And I now love him because he seems to be like one of the guys. And if he was like that in New England, fantastic, but we never got to see it.
I agree.
Okay. The Cowboys game against the Bucs, I can look at it as though you could take any position about the Cowboys' performance and be absolutely correct. If Quinn wants to sit here and say, real fast, is it their year?
Oh, without question.
Okay.
Okay.
Just wanted to verify. Just wanted to verify. But if you wanted to say that they are Super Bowl contenders because they went toe-to-toe on the road with the Buccaneers, came within a field goal, were a minute away from winning.
Yeah.
If you want to have that opinion, you can.
You want to make that case for yourself.
Yes,
Sure.
you can take that. You can go the opposite, and you can also look at it and say,
wait a minute.
Wait. Just last point.
Ooh.
You can also make the point that the Cowboys lost a game where they had a 4-1 turnover advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And for teams that have a 3 turnover advantage, it's a 93% chance of winning.
Yeah.
And if you say, okay, well, the last one was a Hail Mary in the end of the first half. Okay, fine. You have an 83% chance of winning if you have a 2 turnover advantage.
Mm-hmm.
The next time the Cowboys play the Bucs, if that was to ever happen again, I'm sorry, but there are not going to be 4 turnovers from the Bucs.
No.
So that being said, the Cowboys played almost as well as they could play. I think they had an A- performance. I think the Bucs had a D+ performance, and they still won.
Well, here's the thing. Why is it that in the Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey and Tyreek Hill, why is it that everyone's like, well, look, their offensive line was banged up in the Super Bowl and they held Mahomes to 270 yards, even though they have a first-rate Hall of Fame tight end, Tyreek Hill, one of the most versatile number one wide receiver ones, fantasy or real life.
Yeah.
They have a running back that is no slop. They have all this versatility, and yet the offensive line, you basically gave Kansas City a pass at the 270 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions that Pat Mahomes put up in the Super Bowl. Why is it when you watch the Cowboys, and you can argue that Kansas City has a better arsenal of talent with a banged up offensive line, the Cowboys put up 400 yards. You saw Dak move the ball around, and if you're looking at apples to apples, because it was a returning defense, yes, you would say that the Cowboys performed better against Tampa Bay than Kansas City did, the AFC defending Super Bowl champions.
There's a difference between week 1 of the season and week 21 of the season.
But wait a minute. Before last week, we were saying, but Tampa Bay's bringing back the exact same defense. Is the expectation they were going to play worse?
I think the fact of the matter is that they won a game they should have lost. And that's what good teams do.
Okay, and that's a fair assessment. But the culprit of last week's loss, it was last week, the loss of week 1 by the Cowboys, it wasn't Zeke's inept performance against a stellar defense. It wasn't the drops by CeeDee Lamb, which definitely hurt the team. The one person that hurt the Cowboys was the offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore. He is the Achilles heel of this offense. He continues to be. Remember in the first drive when it was 3rd and 1 and the Cowboys was showing signs to move, and it was 3rd and 1, and he runs what looks like a fullback dive. The running back, that's right. Instead of running anything else, just line up and run the ball. Run it to the left side. We get it. Ndamukong Suh's in there. JPP's in there. I get it. Run the ball. He doesn't do it. The play calling in the 4th quarter, there's a lot to be desired in all of that. You run the ball 3 times. We're not throwing the ball out of bounds. We're not stopping the clock. We get it. You don't want time to get the ball back. Guess what? He's going to get the ball back.
Yeah.
He's going to get the ball back. So you better get the ball back with no timeouts and with the least amount of time you can give him. That's your best bet. By the way, we have a kicker that missed an extra point in field goal. It's not even a given that it's a given that the kick is going to be good. So you should just be running the ball to the hash mark that gives us the best chance to win. So Kellen Moore, a lot of this, and McCarthy, it falls on his shoulders too. This was their fault. This is bad coaching with the opportunity to beat a team, and a lot had to go right, and it didn't. And that's what's frustrating as Cowboy fans.
Now, opportunity is when success is when opportunity meets preparation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You prepare to face the best defense in the league from last year.
Yes.
You saw that exact defense, the exact pressure you were expecting. Vita Vea punked out the entire inner offensive line. the entire game.
Okay, but as athletes, we accept the reality that if you're just being beat physically, I mean, he was picking him up and carrying him like HEB groceries. You can't be mad. I mean, if you're 320 pounds and a man picks you up and carries you and puts you in a baby seat, what are you going to say to the guy? It wasn't like effort was not there.
Yes.
He was physically being imposed.
But I'll tell you one thing, and this is something I've never said ever, and I never thought this phrase would even come out of my mouth, but the MVP of that game that I was extremely impressed with, I don't know his name, and I don't need to know his name. Sometimes I don't want to know the heroes' names. Wear the mask. But the punter for the Buccaneers, listen.
From the first punt.
The first punt, the Dallas Cowboys have a better opportunity to move down the field when it's a regular punter, but whoever the punter for the Buccaneers is, it seemed like constantly you were in your own 10.
You're right.
It was incredible, Mike. Am I wrong?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That makes it that we don't talk about kickers and punters a lot, obviously, but that did make a ginormous difference on the feat you had to, the challenge ahead.
It's the little things.
It's the little things.
It's the little things. And, you know, I had a friend of mine, my friend Brent, he and I were texting each other during the game. He's a huge Cowboys fan. And I remember he was texting me. He said something to the effect of, the Cowboys are driving for the go-ahead. How much time should be on the clock where I would feel comfortable as a Cowboy fan, be comfortable giving Brady? And I said something to the effect of, you don't give him any more than 30 seconds.
You really don't.
And when the Cowboys were driving, right before the 3 plays before they kicked the field goal, they went for a pass that was incomplete. And I texted my friend saying they just gave them a timeout right there because it stopped the clock.
Yep.
They should have ran it. James Pledger on halftime, when I co-hosted with him on Friday, brought up the idea that the Cowboys should have gone for it on 4th and 6 at the 30-yard line.
And
would you have been okay if the Cowboys had lost because of that?
Okay. I'm going to answer that because you're tapping into something else. If you're playing to run the clock out and kick the field goal, you don't throw that pass. You don't throw that pass. If you throw that pass and you're trying to be aggressive because you are trying to move the chains, then you go for it on 4th down. You pick a struggle. Pick a struggle here, right? Are we playing for the field goal to run down the clock and then roll the dice with the defense? Or are you actually trying to be aggressive to say, we're not going to settle for a field goal. We're going to try to get another first down. We're going to try to run this clock all the way out. If you're going to do that, then you do go for it on 4th down. You can't do both at the same time, because what they did is they basically flubbed both strategies by trying to do both.
I want to talk about this a little bit more on the other side. We have our first touchdown, by the way.
And who's it from, baby?
Austin Eckler, 3 yards.
Austin Eckler, what does it tell you? We talked about it. Play him if you got him.
From 3 yards out, Austin Eckler. We have that 7-0 Chargers. And then the Bills took a 3-0 lead over the Steelers. Could have been worse for the Steelers.
Yeah, somebody texted me they had a 75-yard return. So that's why they got into
70, exactly. And then they got 3 and out, but ended up getting the field goal. And the Falcons just scored a field goal right now. So for Cowboy fans out there, the Eagles are losing right now.
Nice. Before you go break real fast, did you notice that Jalen Smith didn't get as many snaps on defense? And secondly, DeMarcus Lawrence, he is a 3 technique. He needs to have his hand in it.
And Micah Parsons needs to be out there a lot more. He had 7 tackles, most of them in the 4th quarter. Fact of the matter is they had him in only on passing downs. They didn't put him in for running downs until the 4th quarter. And guess what? He was getting tackles.
Yes.
Why wasn't he out there? We have a lot to talk about.
Yes.
We're going to update fantasy. We're going to update the NFL scores. Let's talk about some college football, and then maybe we'll poke Quinn a little bit more about the Cowboys. This is the Fantasy Gods / Sunday Sports Star hybrid here on the San Antonio Sports Star. I say Sports Star, Sunday Sports Grill on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM, and we're on the go at sanantoniosportstar.com.
O'Reilly. Ready for an oil change? Visit the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to get everything you need. Right now, get 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for just $28.95 and earn double O rewards points with your purchase. Protect your engine against sludge and wear with Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil. On sale now at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's a baseball summer, and the Missions are back on at the Wolf this Tuesday for $2 Tuesday. The Missions battle the Corpus Christi Hooks. Come out and enjoy $2 tickets, parking, beer, and sausage wraps. Gates open at 6 p.m. with the first pitch at 7:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets and details. That's samissions.com. Wolf Stadium is now open to 100% capacity for Missions baseball. Let's get back to fun. Play ball!
Better. And today, it still does. Bring back those childhood memories with the comfort and care only Vicks Vapor Rub can bring. Vicks Vapor Rub, family tradition for a reason.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
Right now at Diamonds Direct, whether you buy a $3,000 diamond pendant or a $30,000 designer ring, you can spread your payments over 5 years without paying a dime in interest. It's Diamonds Direct's most aggressive offer ever. Pick any item, get the super low price Diamonds Direct is known for, and spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest and 0 down. No exceptions. Don't miss this incredible limited time offer. 5 years, 0 interest on approved credit only at Diamonds Direct at the shops at Lock on Terra.
Hi, everyone. Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats here. When you bring a package of our smoked sausage home, keep it simple. It's handcrafted in small batches and fully cooked, so you can just heat it up and enjoy. My favorite way to eat it is on a bun with mustard or wrapped in a tortilla. Try some from a store near you today, and if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Guaranteed. Find Kielbasa at a store near you today.
San Antonio, I got 99 problems, but football ain't one. It is back. I'm Brandon Big Papi Medina. Quinn Hudson. Yes. This is the San Antonio Sports Star, ladies and gentlemen. We are having a good time. Edward's back there producing. We have football. We were talking Cowboys. Michael Jimenez coming with us here shortly. Edwin's letting that music ride, man.
Everyone's doing it, man, because that's how people feel right now. People got the grills going.
Listen, I'm missing the barbacoa, but we got the Big Red, baby.
Big Red.
We got the Big Red.
That's the starter right there.
That's a starter pack on Sundays. But we are ready to roll. Hopefully you guys are grilling something up nice. Make sure to share that with us. This is the Fantasy Guide / Sunday Sports Grill. So when it comes to grilling, it's the first weekend of football. What is your normal go-to grilling right there?
I'm simple because I don't spend a lot of time on. I mean, I just had Labor Day, so that's where you put in the work.
That's where you're doing the work. So you're still recovering.
Yeah, so I'm still recovering. So today is simple. Just some Earl Campbell sausage. On one of those long sourdough buns.
Ooh,
and
look at this boy.
A little brown mustard Tabasco. And then people like chips. I don't even do chips. There are these sriracha. I fell in love with this sriracha popcorn.
Sriracha popcorn.
Man,
you're on one.
That's
right
it.
Now.
That's my afternoon, man. That's how I'm getting down.
So for me, there's a place over in Castroville. I like making the drive sometimes. There's a place called Zook's that does incredible stuff with their meat as far as like the marination of their fajitas and stuff like that. So I consistently go out there. make some fajitas on the grill, chicken and beef, of course. And then
you are a foodie.
Yeah, so chicken and beef, right? While I'm playing some Wu-Tang in the back, getting my vibes right.
Did we just become best friends?
That's what I'm saying. I started playing some Wu-Tang, some Far Side, some Nas. We're back there hanging out, grilling, have the games going. And then just to the cherry on top, my beautiful fiance will go on and throw a couple of jalapeno poppers up there.
And that's to pop it off right there.
It's to pop it off, man. It's to pop it off. Well, listen, football's going. Let's update you real quick on some of the scores right now, just so you all know. So right now, we have the Eagles are up 7-3. Jalen Hurts passed to who? Devontae Smith with his first touchdown as an Eagle. The rookie is on the board 7-3. Eagles lead. You have the Chargers still up 7-0 against the Washington football team. The Buffalo Bills up 3-0 against Pittsburgh. The Colts up 3-0 against the Seattle Seahawks. And the Houston Texans are now in the red zone, I believe, after a massive Brandon Cooks catch for 42 yards, I believe, or 40 yards. So lots of good stuff happening. Mike Weeman is back joining us. Listen, Devontae Smith, our boy, just caught his first career NFL touchdown against Atlanta. We talked about it. We weren't going to start him the first game, but so far it's early on in the game right now. And you already got one touchdown as a rookie.
Yes, nice.
He might be that number one guy. Listen, right now, Jacksonville did just recover a fumble in the end zone against the Texans. So the Texans are doing the Texan things that they normally do.
We knew that was going to happen.
Jacksonville now has the ball, but it's an incredible day. We were just talking about the grilling since it's a Sunday sports grill / fantasy guys. What's usually on your grill for the opening week?
Well, it won't be carne asada because I think Quinn Hudson
poisoned you a little
bit. Me. I think those were spiteful tacos that he got us because I ran out of here like Finch in American Pie. Oh my God, that ran right through me. By the way, Devontae Smith, I started him in the San Antonio Sports Star League, and he officially has more points than Ezekiel Elliott. So, and the game started 20 minutes ago. By the way, we're getting some love and some hate on Twitter right now.
Oh yeah.
So Jeff Garcia of Ken's 5 and Locked On Spurs.
That's our dude.
Yeah, it says Brandon Quinn and Mike are all over are all I hear when they're arguing on, and their fantasy move is come at me, bro. So he's basically showing a gif of come at me, bro.
Nice.
And then Art responds back with, I just turned on the radio and heard the same, guessing it was these guys. Did someone really say Antonio Gibson was going to do better than Zeke this year?
That's right. And that's Michael Jimenez. Just so we're clear. That's Michael Jimenez.
That's just asking for trouble from listeners. Okay, well, first of all, trouble from listeners, I don't care about. I'm not here to pander. Ooh. I'm here to tell you guys the truth.
Yeah, ask them about the Roadrunners.
So here is the parlay that I will go on.
Your audience.
I will parlay this one. Antonio Gibson has a better fantasy season than Zeke Elliott, and the Washington football team wins the NFC East.
Oh man, you're just trying to get trying to get my gout up.
Since all of us are in here, we're not able to watch the games as much as we like, right? We're here talking, we're here doing business. Okay, we're here helping you guys with your fantasy games. You guys understand what's going on. Check this out. You ready for this? I took him in a lot of my leagues, especially my keeper league, as my last pick. Guess who just threw their first passing touchdown? It's a rookie quarterback who just threw their first passing touchdown. Go, guesses.
Wilson.
Yeah,
Zach Wilson.
Is Trey Lance playing right now?
How about Trey Lance? Got in for one snap, and then that one snap threw a pass touchdown. Trey Lance is on the board, people.
That is crazy. And he probably got no start.
He is 1 for 1. Take him out, keep him at 100%. 1 for 1, 5 yards and a touchdown. Wow. Listen, Trey Lance is one of my favorite quarterbacks in this draft class. I think he is the quarterback that went to the most perfect situation. A great defense, a great team, riddled by injuries last year, but Trey Lance on the board, man. That's exciting stuff. These rookies. Look at Devontae Smith, Trey Lance. Could we possibly see Zach Wilson start tearing it up here soon? Mac Jones later on? Man.
When you think of Devontae Smith, I don't think many players are going, or many people playing fantasy would have had him as their wide receiver 1. So where he came in when you drafted him, you would play him. So if he's not your wide receiver 1 and he's giving you productivity out the gate, that's a good start.
We have some breaking news coming into the San Antonio Sports Star studio here. Antonio Gibson now has 35 yards rushing, which is more than Ezekiel Elliott had all game.
Oh my God.
Woo! When dreams come true, fantasy gods, baby.
Also some fantasy news. This is a scary fantasy news in a situation not many were paying attention to and not many care about. However, the Houston Texans just scored 7-0. I just got a notification. Mark Ingram has led the charge with 6 rushes, 18 yards and a touchdown. David Johnson has 1 touch. Mark Ingram is leading that charge right now. So
and as well as he should be, because this is a weird lineup. This is just a lineup of a bunch of veteran
This could change
dudes.
too, like week to week. We have no idea.
Well, right, but you take a look at their team. The team is basically a bunch of misfits that people just got rid of.
Yeah,
Tyrod Taylor, Brandon Cooks, Mark Ingram. These are players who've had good seasons back in the day. Philip Lindsay.
Yeah.
None of it is
all
sexy.
All fantasy relevant 7 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, it's Mark Ingram like Frank Gore reincarnated. Like, this is gonna be the next. He's gonna be playing until he's almost 40.
Yeah, and Tyrod Taylor 4 for 8, 65 yards. I mean, and what did we say in the last hour? We talked about the fact that we thought the Texans were going to win this game.
Yeah, I mean,
and to bet on it.
Not we. Oh, you don't think so?
Oh no, I think Jacksonville wins this game.
Oh, okay. Well, Quinn also played Ezekiel Elliott. So, but with that, listen, the Texans are up right now. Trevor Lawrence is I'm not gonna be dramatic, but his first series was not good. And we'll see what happens. But Laviska Shenault is gonna be his best friend, I think, moving forward.
Yeah, the problem is, and I saw lots of tape of Trevor Lawrence breaking it down, where it's just basically he's trying to be the hero, as opposed to going off to progression number 2, number 3, number 3, number 4. He's trying to fit the ball in to players who are taken. And as I'm saying that, he has the best throw of his career. Look at that.
It's on Marvin Jones.
To Marvin Jones for about 25 yards.
He believes he can make the throw.
Yes, he believes it.
Christopher Lewis came in and he said, I absolutely love this. Poor Quinn, still not looking at the bigger picture. The Cowboys going toe-to-toe with the champs. This is Rocky 1 going punch for punch with Apollo. Just remember what happened next.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Listen, all I got to say about Zeke owners is if he dies, he dies.
I mean, it's not like Zeke has had worse yards per rush 4 years in a row. It's not. Oh wait.
Uh-oh.
He has.
Oh,
goodness. Okay. So
and his average so far this year is lower than last year.
So which is it? Do we get to bring up the reality of what that offensive line was last year, or do we not? We want to pretend like it's in a vacuum and we don't know.
Like the saying is, it is what it is.
That's right, baby.
You have to overcome, baby. I mean, come on. The Chiefs made the Super Bowl without an offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
That's right. Listen, Tyler Lockett also on the board for your fantasy football teams. I have him in a few. Tyler Lockett is on the board, a 23-yard touchdown. You love to see it, baby. So good on Tyler Lockett. Hopefully you guys played him. You should have. If you had him, you played him. But Tyler Lockett is on the board.
Yeah. So are you? I gotta ask you guys this question: which league would you rather win, the Fantasy Gods Listener League or the San Antonio Sports Star League against Rob Thompson, Jason Minix, Rudy J, James Pledger, and Carl? And who would you? Which one? RJ Ochoa. Which one would you rather win?
I'll let you take that one. What do you think, Quinn?
I want to win the station.
League,
I want to win the station league. Yeah,
I want to win.
I do. I want to talk smack to RJ, who basically
RJ's
claimed
a good
it.
smack talker.
He claimed it.
Yeah,
he claimed it.
Oh, man.
And then I gotta look at you, and I gotta look at you too each week.
And RJ's team stacked, not sexy, just stacked.
I'll tell you what, though, after that first week, let me read you off this lineup, bro. How about I was just telling Quinn about this? My San Antonio Sports Star lineup is Tom Brady, Derrick Henry, James Robinson, Calvin Ridley, Adam Thielen, DJ Moore, Antonio Brown. My tight ends are awful, but we'll get through it. But I'm just saying, I rather win the Listener League. And let me tell you why. The Listener League, we have a certain image to uphold against the public. All right. If we come in last, Quinn, it's not gonna be good. Whereas if we lose to Rob and Jason, those guys, listen, I'm 25, I'm the young gun. Oh, you guys are the veterans. Oh, I lost because it was just a smart veteran play. Maybe it's you're also an expert in your own sports field. You know what I mean? Like, we're losing against the people that give the advice.
Yes.
But I can't lose against the people I'm giving advice to.
Oh,
that's the difference.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, and but the thing is that the people who take part in our listener league are the gods of their leagues.
Yes, that's true.
You know, so it's like an all-star
It's
league.
an all-God league.
I really, really need to win the San Antonio Sports Star one.
I'll tell you what. I think I don't know. I want to win both, and that's the goal.
Yeah.
But I think I'm winning one or the other. I'm letting you know right now. I'm coming for one of them. And if I'm in the San Antonio Sports League, what I want to know is every week that one of us plays each other, that needs to be a rivalry week. We need to come in hot and talking why your team is better. So Quinn, I'm playing you in our listener league.
Yes.
Why is your team better than mine? And why are you wrong?
And why am I wrong? I've got Aaron Rodgers.
Is this really what we're talking about? Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah. I think Aaron Rodgers plus his arsenal of weapons is going to be the driving force of my team.
Okay, fair enough.
And most people aren't bringing that to the table.
Fair enough.
Now he did start Conklin, who is from the Vikings, so that's one Viking that you can't cheer for, right?
He's gonna cheer for him. He's playing against every player he's got in lineups anyway. And
I'm in so many leagues. I'm playing against myself at this point. Literally, I'm playing Quinn in our listener league, and he has Brandon Cooks, and I have Brandon Cooks in all their 6 leagues. And I'm like, here I am, just hoping Brandon Cooks doesn't go off against me, but I hope he does good against the others.
I have Josh Allen in all 3 of my leagues, and it just happened that way. I didn't target it. I just looked at it and just with the scenarios, no matter where I was picking, to me, logically, that was the best thing to do.
The guys I got all the time, I have Antonio Brown in almost every league. I have Myles Gaskin in almost every league, and then I have either a mix of Darnell Mooney or Michael Pittman in every single league.
I have Callaway in every league. By the way,
you swung on Callaway a lot.
I looked. I actually started Callaway. I bet somebody else. So I guess
Chase was my go-to risk in almost every league, and then I've got Fournette in like 3 leagues too, which is not bad. I mean, he's my 3rd running back, but still.
Oh, okay, got you.
Lots to talk about today. To talk about today. We've got another 25 minutes to go on this show. When we come back, we'll finally talk about what happened yesterday. The Longhorns, the Aggies,
let's
Texas
do it.
Tech Red Raiders.
Woo-wee, we got that win, baby, but I'm ready to go in. I need you Longhorns, turn the damn volume up. Come in here hot. Let me hear all about it.
This is the Fantasy Gods / Sunday Sports Star. Oh my God. I keep looking at the sign. It is the Fantasy Gods / Sunday Sports Grill on the San Antonio Sports Star. That is a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
Let's just call it the Fantasy Gods from here on out.
I hear you. There's just too much going on.
There's really too much going on. But we'll catch you on the other side.
All right, sounds good.
America's Diamond offers our 5-year, 60-month financing program every day of the year. You don't have to wait for a sale to get 5-year financing with credit approval, or wait for a sale to get our guaranteed America's Diamond price, because we treat everyone fairly and with respect every day of the year. For almost 40 years, we have designed and created our extraordinary diamond jewelry right here in San Antonio. When you buy at America's Diamond, your money stays in San Antonio. Our whole company is located here and locally owned. Our kids and grandkids go to school here. All 40 of our coworkers live and shop in San Antonio for everything. Through the years, America's Diamond has supported thousands of wonderful charity events in San Antonio. We're the official jeweler of the San Antonio Spurs and of the University of Texas at San Antonio Athletics. See our television program about diamonds and jewelry tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or see it right now at americasdiamond.com.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss the final days of the biggest sale of the year, where all smart beds are on sale. Save 50% on the new Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Let's just take that out of your mouth.
At Ping's Pre-K, the growing enrollment is no play date. She needs more teachers certified in early childhood development.
Is it nap time yet? Lunch?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Doctors Without Borders teams confront hard facts in conflict and crisis zones. When others look away, we step in to act. Because measles still kills more than 100,000 children every year. We're there to vaccinate more than 1 million. Because some countries have only 1 or 2 mental health professionals. We provided over 400,000 mental health consultations last year. The fact is, your support makes our life-saving work possible. Picture the impact we can have together. DoctorsWithoutBorders.org.
Hello? Hello, Mrs. Kuntz. It's the back left tire of your RV calling. Wanted to give you a heads up that I'm going to blow out on the highway later today.
Wait, what?
Says here I'm going to burst in the middle of rush hour.
Well, can we reschedule?
Sorry, our policy states that once we're scheduled to burst, we have to. We really pride ourselves on our commitment to blowouts.
RV owners can schedule when things go wrong on the road. That's why there's Progressive, a leader in RV insurance.
You want a text confirmation when I burst?
Think I'll notice.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Welcome back on Sunday. You're listening to the Fantasy God / Sunday Sports Grill every Sunday from 11 to whenever we stop.
That's right.
Right? I'm joined with Big Poppy Medina, my man, and Michael Jimenez. As we've been going and we've been bringing it in on Sunday, we've talked fantasy. We're talking the head-to-head. The games are on live. We hope you're still with us. There was just a touchdown, was there not?
Yeah, who would have thought? Tyrod Taylor, a fantasy god today.
Tyrod Taylor to David Johnson as a receiver. I don't know what they're just using these running backs as everybody. I mean, it's crazy.
Taylor might still be available in some leagues.
About an hour ago, we encouraged people to take the money line.
What's it looking like
on the
right
Houston
now?
Texans? And I also took the Texans as a teaser. Texans plus 9 over 36. Yeah, I'm already walking to the cashier at this point.
Yeah, and sad update. We're gonna have to figure out, Edwin, my buddy Edwin over here. We're gonna have to figure out when we can get maybe like some sad, somber music playing in the background, like for the future shows. But
Sarah McLachlan.
Listen, right now, fantasy app just hit me up. Raheem Mostert knee is questionable again. The 49ers.
Arms of an angel, fly away from here.
Listen, Raheem
For
Mostert
25 cents a day.
for 25 cents a
We
day.
can get you another running back.
Yeah,
off the waiver wire.
Listen, for just $1 of Fab money, we can get you a running back off the waiver wire. Trey Sermon's also, I believe, is he playing? I believe he's out today, right? He was a healthy scratch.
Wait. We got a touchdown from the Detroit Lions. TJ Hawkinson.
Ow! That's what I'm talking about. TJ.
Crazy.
I love it.
Oh, got another one. Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Who else?
Yeah,
Who else but
D-Hop.
Nuke himself? Listen,
Kyler Murray might be a nice
gentlemen,
fantasy quarterback.
gentlemen, let's talk about this real quick. The 49ers, are injuries once again going to plague this team into the abyss where they just got one of the most exciting quarterbacks? They have a great backup running back. Is Trey Sermon now, if you took him, are you excited but still sad about Raheem Mostert if he does have something? And God forbid, knock on wood, Raheem Mostert's known for getting injured. He's questionable now.
Mm-hmm.
What are we thinking of Trey Sermon and the 49ers?
I think that would have been a smart play if you do have him on your roster because, one, Mostert, you already knew that there was going to be some game management or load management on how they were going to utilize him this year because they really didn't know how his durability would be. So if you have him, Mostert should not be your RB1, in my opinion. And so the upside of these sidecar running backs, the backups, is going to be key in the longevity of the season.
And that is why when you do fantasy drafts, you don't go after wide receiver 6. You go after the RB2 of some team because eventually something's going to happen. There's a reason why I say go after Alexander Madison from the Vikings, or go after Tony Pollard from the Cowboys,
or Booker with the Giants.
Yeah, somebody will come up, and it just becomes a great chip there, because that's potential right there. Whereas you go to another, you go to wide receiver 6, they're wide receiver 6 for a reason.
Right.
They're you're going to be praying to get 8 points from them, and the ceiling's not that high. Let's talk some college football.
Yes,
let's do it.
So I'm gonna let you pick, Quinn. Who do you want to talk about? You want to talk about UTSA? You want to talk about UT, A&M, Tech?
I want to talk about the Longhorns first and foremost, right?
So do I.
Because let me just set the stage here. Texas was thumping its chest. We're going to the SEC, baby.
SEC.
We're going to play with the big boys.
SEC.
We're trying to go to the bigger stage. Are they ready for the bigger stage?
Dude, they sold themselves to the devil back in 2005. That's how they got that title. Vince Young crossed that end zone against USC.
Yeah.
Dude.
Since then.
I mean, it's been a long time. When you think about it, just when you think about it from a time perspective, go back 9 more years, and that's when the Cowboys last won a Super Bowl.
Oh, that was hurtful. Was that even necessary? You're just determined to make my left foot swell up. That's what this is, man.
Listen, all I'm saying is Texas is still not back, baby. And I love it so much. I watched this game with a smile on my face.
I know you did.
With love in my heart and just happiness around me.
This hurt. This one hurt.
Because I'll tell you what, I saved my trash talk. I had all of my group message trash talk queued up, but I saved it because listen, Texas Tech went down to the wire with Stephen F. Austin.
I know.
So I saved it till that last one, and then I send.
Yeah. When Texas Tech is like a 30-point favorite and wins by like 10.
Yeah, it was a rough one across the board for Texas schools, except for right here at home, baby. UTSA, incredible. Looks great. Just balling.
I mean, here's the thing. They were favored by 40. Okay.
Yeah, but you went by 56.
True.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. I'm saying they took care of business. They took care of business early. They did it with special teams.
Right.
I mean, Sincere McCormick did not have to go crazy out there. They just took care of them. They destroyed a team that they should have destroyed. And that is what good teams do.
And that's the point right there, Michael. And you look at what happened with Ohio State, you look at what happened with Texas, and talk about the UTSA Roadrunners. What's so great about them is they're doing what they're supposed to do. If you're better than that opponent, beat that opponent. Don't mess around, show you've arrived, and say, look, we're going to go through you and move on to our tougher part of the schedule. And that's why I give them mad props.
Now, the Aggies also won. They pulled it out against Colorado yesterday. It was looking bad. Aggies starting quarterback went down early on. The Aggies didn't have a first down until like 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Scored a touchdown late to win 10-7. I don't know if they're going to move up or down. I mean, Ohio State was 3, A&M was 5, but do they really deserve to move up? I think Oregon's going to leapfrog them.
As they should.
Okay, but the Aggies should at least be happy. Still undefeated. Yep. Dreams are still alive. But can I ask you guys something that I think is kind of funny and weird in a way? My daughter goes to LSU.
Yes.
And, they started the season off wrong with a loss to UCLA. But they had their first home game yesterday in Baton Rouge. And my daughter was telling me earlier in the day that she was going to go get tickets. And ultimately, she decided not to go because she wanted to watch the women's finals in the U.S. Open tennis.
Well, okay.
I'm a little bit concerned. I get it. She's a big tennis fan. And the woman who was playing for Canada is Filipina, and my daughter's half Filipina. So she was like, I'll go to another football game. I want to watch this match. What are your thoughts on that?
I see it. I get it completely. First of all, your daughter is a fan of tennis, plays tennis, right? She has a tennis background. Her father, tennis player. So it's in y'all's culture, right? So she values this. And let's be straight. The second game of LSU's football season is not equal to the greatest stage in Flushing, New York, with the U.S. Open. So that's more gravity to that match.
My daughter's such a nerd. I love her so much.
Such a nerd.
She's such a nerd.
Had they won the week before?
No, they lost to UCLA.
I know, but what I'm saying is, had LSU won the week before, would the hype of this home game would have been great?
Set the stage? Yeah,
it might have been like we got to be there.
We got to put a bow on this show.
Yeah, we do.
Has it gone already?
We're
You
moving.
know what? When we come back, let's talk about what we're doing today to watch football.
All
What are the plans for today? Maybe get into what we're streaming and stuff like that. This is the Sunday Sports Grill / Fantasy Gods on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM, and we're on the go at sasportstar.com.
It's always smart to shop at Diamonds Direct, but right now it's smarter than ever with 5 years, 0 interest financing and no money down on any purchase. No kid, it's the best offer ever. Keep your money and finance the entire purchase, even the tax, for 5 years without paying a dime in interest. Get a $10,000 certified diamond for only $168 a month. It's definitely the smart way to buy, so don't miss it. On approved credit, details at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct at the shops at La Cantera.
You can talk keto all you want, but if you don't have a team of great tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the diet marathon. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds have these big, bold flavors that kick your taste buds into high gear. Korean kimchi barbecue, pasilla chili cheese, spicy dill, and more. Eat them right out of the bag or try them in your favorite recipes. You'll love this snack. Visit your local H-E-B and southernrecipesmallbatch.com to see the power of the rinds.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Your safety and full satisfaction is My Collision Center's top priority. Free walk-in estimates with no appointment necessary. My Collision Center works for you. All repairs come with a full quality check and a lifetime warranty. If you have been in an accident, visit My Collision Center for a free walk-in estimate today. My Collision Center works with all insurance providers, and My Collision Center is conveniently located with 5 area San Antonio locations. To find out more, visit mycollisioncenters.com. That's mycollisioncenters.com. Drive safe, San Antonio.
Today on Hey Culligan's Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Guys, Untuckit agrees it's finally time. Time to update our closets with new clothes we actually want to wear. Time to think about going back to the office or choosing a new way to work. Time to enjoy the best of fall, like long walks in the park and hot coffee on a brisk day. And that means it's time to look sharp and feel comfortable all day with Untuckit. Shirts designed to be worn untucked. Discover the perfect fitting shirt today at untuckit.com. Use promo code TIME for 20% off your first purchase at untuckit.com.
O'Reilly. It's O Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts, where you can earn double, triple, even up to 5 times O Rewards points on select purchases. Get bonus points on more than 200 items throughout the store, like wiper blades, fuel system cleaners, motor oil, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's summer. That means grilling season. Jason and Rob here for Tri-County Meat Market. Get into one of their 2 locally owned Tri-County Meat Markets for the best meat for your grill. Tri-County has carefully selected certified prime Angus beef cuts, Wagyu, and upper choice, including their own homegrown Wagyu.
Tri-County has everything you need to up your grilling game, from beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers, and more. Stock up on that 5 for $25 Tri-County Meat Market on Ralph Fair Road over on Heavener or online at tricountymeat.com.
We here on Sunday, baby. As we're well in the way in the NFL season, you have been listening to the Fantasy Gods Sunday Sports Grill with my crew, Brandon Big Papi Medina, Michael Jimenez. We're hyped. We're following our fantasy players.
Yes.
We're watching the games.
Yes.
People are scoring. People are not scoring.
Yes, no kidding. Yeah. So it has been a complete hyped up day. You can hear the beads rattling on Michael Jimenez's Saints gear.
Ready.
You know what I'm saying? You can hear the disappointment coming off of my Vikings jersey. It is just incredible. So you can hear.
So where are you guys watching the games this week? Or today?
Well, today. So listen, today, any other day, I'd be drinking somewhere, whether it's a Rue Pub somewhere. But it is Grandparents' Day, so it's my first Grandparents' Day from my mom and dad. So we're gonna be treating them to a nice lunch after this. And then the drinking continues, and then the drinking starts. That's when we start getting going. But those nighttime games, I'll be having a good time. Right now, after this, take mom out to eat, take dad out to eat. We'll probably go hit up Pollos Asados, like I told you about.
Off of Rigsby?
Yeah, that's right. Los Norteños. Oh, so you
it's
could meet me out
great
there.
there.
Quinn's never been. I sent him a picture last time. I was like, Quinn, where you at?
Oh, no, man. I had that 2 weeks ago. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
See,
be
I
there.
got to get hip to this.
So what are you doing for the game
Hey,
today?
man, I'm in my chair, man. It's just me, Modelo, and
good vibes.
That's it, man. That's it. So that's how I'm doing it. Low key. Also, I'm just gonna be watching how my first teams do.
This is the calm before the storm, man. I'm going to be heading over to the Rue Pub from here. James Pledger's there. Good friend Richard's going to be there.
Nice.
Watch the rest of the noon game. So if you want to stop by, say hi to me. If you find me, I'm wearing beads, I might get you a beer. Thank you for listening.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else with those beads. I was like, what?
3 o'clock though.
What you gonna do? You gonna give somebody an earned beads?
Well, see, that's the thing. 3 o'clock, 3:30 for the Packers Saints game. I'm going to the Evil Olive, which is a Saints watch party.
Oh, it's gonna be.
And
wild
my
up in
wife
there.
saw me with all the beads, and she goes, "You better not be throwing out those 3 other beads, because I'm wearing 6 of them now." But she saw me grab 9. And she goes, "What do you do with the other 3? The other 3 better be accounted for."
That's right.
Inventory check.
Inventory check. What's missing, Mike?
And then after that game, if I'm feeling good, I might hit up a card house, man. Either the SA Card House or Rounders.
We'll have a
one of the
good time,
two.
huh?
It's gonna be a long day.
It is, but the bets are in, the games are on, good vibes all around. I'm excited, man. Listen, me and you need a win because if we come in next week, Quinn's gonna be talking all about how we're also 0-1 and Cowboys this and Cowboys that.
Misery
So Mike
loves company.
Mike, we need something. We
From
need something.
from a fantasy perspective, I mean, don't go insane if you start off 0-1, even if you go 0-2. But beyond that, that's when you start looking at, okay, maybe changes need to be done. Okay, but hit up the waiver wire early. Hit them up. Subscribe to as much as you can. I hate the fact that the ESPN app alerts people to what's going on, because it used to be you would just find out and be the first one to do the waiver, but now everyone gets push notifications.
I use a different fantasy app.
Hawkinson just scored a TD.
I think so. That's what I saw. But I'm trying to follow it to see if that's true. But
we trust our listeners.
But yeah, I use a different app. Go look at other apps for your news and inside and breaking news, so you can be the first one. ESPN will only update you on your team. But if you can find an app like Fantasy Life or anything like that where it updates you on breaking news or follow a couple of journalists, make sure you're the first to get it, because that's the only way you're getting Taysom Williams and stuff like that we were talking about.
Somebody named Elijah Mitchell scored a 38-yard rushing touchdown for the San Francisco 49ers.
All right.
Probably available in 76% of the leagues.
99% of the leagues. But
so keep an eye on that. Hey, man, this has been a fun week. We're going to be back next Sunday at 11 o'clock to talk more fantasy football. Reach out to us on Twitter and on Facebook. This was a good time, guys, man.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
Here.
It's here, baby.
I like how Quinn was like, you guys were hyped.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys, I mean, different adrenaline flow, man.
All right, we will see you guys here next Sunday on the San Antonio Sports Star.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports,